So, Sonny Boy.
Sonny Boy is an anime written and directed by Shingo? Hopefully I said that right, not Sume, who's best known for his work directing the first season of One Punch Man, aka the only good season of One Punch Man. The only one. And I think it's 2021 anime. Sonny Boy presents one of the most unusual coming-of-age narratives in contemporary storytelling. And it got me, someone who's very much into manly stuff, right? Manly stuff. Into a artsy, art house type of series. Even with it rejecting conventional structure in favor of surrealism, ambiguity, and emotional fragmentation. At first glance, Sonny Boy just seems like another isekai, which, by the way, all isekais suck. They all suck. There's too many of them. They're not good. I'm sorry. Boy quickly abandons genre expectations. Instead, it constructs a symbolic landscape where physical laws, a personal identity, and metaphysical. I love how I write a script and I still can't even say the words in my own script. Metaphysical purpose blur into one shifting continuum. Through its dreamlike imagery, non-linear world building, and understated character development, Sonny Boy becomes less a narrative about survival and more a philosophical meditation on adolescence, individuality, escapism, and the existential weight of choice. I hope this video, like all the other Sonny Boy videos, can examine, at least in my perspective, the allegory in Sonny Boy for growing up. Its drifting worlds, psychological turbulence, superpowers, emergent identity, and its ending that suggests adulthood requires a leap of faith into an uncertain but meaningful reality. I want to combine the thematic analysis, symbolism, and also scholarly insights, because I put more effort into this than I do into my schoolwork on surrealism and adolescence. I hope this video can demonstrate how Sonny Boy uses abstraction to tell one of the most grounded stories about growing up, and how a show like this, which I would not personally even really enjoy, hooked me so much into really, I think, changing me for the better. Chapter 1. Surrealism as a mirror on adolescence. Boy constructs his universe based on the not very mentally sound emotional logic of high schoolers rather than physical continuity, which kind of makes it hard to follow. The entire world in this anime are shaped by desire, regret, fear, and memory. Characters fall through dimensions without warning, and the kind of worst part, the scenes devolve abruptly into others without conventional transitions. And it's kind of hard to follow. This state of surrealism represents the external landscapes, represent the internal states of the characters. Adolescence, likewise, is experienced as a discontinuous, unstable period where one's life drifts. See what I did there? Without clear rules. The characters' displacement from their original worlds parallel the distortion experienced when identities, relationships, and experiences suddenly shift. aka growing up. Their school, ordinary one moment, dimensionless the next, becomes a metaphor for that moment in life when childhood structure collapses, leaving young people suspended between what they were and what they will become. The show's refusal to offer clear explanations is therefore not a flaw, but a feature. Which sounds like excuses, but it truly is. It reproduces the uncertainty of growing up. As several viewers have noted, this anime is about the details, emphasizing that its surrealism requires active interpretation rather than passive consumption. If you just sit on the couch and watch this, you have no idea what the hell's going on. The drifting worlds function as a psychological allegory for revealing a different stage of internal development. Yeah. Anyway, so each student in Sonny Boy can manifest their own power, though none of them that really spectacular. And these powers can represent personality and insecurity. The most famous powers being, of the three main characters, I'd say, Mizuho, Nozomi, and Nagata. Mizuho's ability is to literally summon whatever she wants. Like, she can just summon any material good. Because, hell yeah. And this can just represent emotional dependency and illusion of comfort, right? How we as a society believe that continuous buying stuff can ultimately lead us to feel fulfilled in life, to have happiness, when in true reality that's just not the case. Nozomi's ability to see the compass light is just a way of leadership. And it's actually one of the best ways I've seen leadership portrayed in non-fiction. Non-fiction, this is fiction, what am I talking about? And the compass light can just represent not only leadership, power, but also just the hope and pull of purpose, because she has a purpose and it's beautiful, and then she ultimately dies. While Nagata's power is just being a depressed teenager. No, it's not. He has the world too. He has the literally world-shifting power where he can literally go through dimensions at will. Because why the fuck not? And this world-shifting embodies potential that he does not yet understand or trust. Just like how many of us don't understand or trust ourselves, and especially going into the world, and how are we gonna grow up and how are we gonna provide for the people that we care about. And I think that's such a very, very scary thing to think about, honestly, because I'm nearly 18 years old, and then I have to go out into the world and provide, and it's kind of scary, and I don't really trust in my ability to. But I think Nagata is the best example for that. He's also depressed, and one of the best examples of depression I've seen put in fiction work. He just doesn't really care at all. He just kind of exists, and I think that's true to what most depression really looks like. Now, these powers are over top, obviously, but the over top expressions of the fact that age people start discovering what they're good at. They represent the possibility and the pressure of identity formation. Adolescence forces individuals to choose their future selves, often without understanding the consequences of their actions. As another view, the worlds themselves also operate symbolically. For example, the world governed by rigid rules reflects authoritarian social pressures. The world with eternal baseball game, which is probably the best world, let's be honest, or the island. The island, right, reminds me of, like, you know, the Swiss Family Robinson Crusoe, like that type, like that's dope. And also such a really cool island geographically, because like, how do you have tall ass mountains with plains next to a sandy beach and a tropical shore? I'm getting off topic, but it's cool. It's cool. Anyway, the world of eternal baseball games suggests the stagnation and escapism. The emptiness of early episodes and their blue skies and black voids resembles the blank canvas upon which identities must be written. The rest is still unwritten. Through these devices, Sonny Boy portrays adolescence not as a linear growth, but as a labyrinth of emotional dimensions. And I mean, this what I've wrote is not really doing justice to every episode. Every episode kind of has their own little arc in it. They have their own little story in it, and each one of them represents might bring in a new character, new power, and behind that, and what went into play and what's like inside the world. One of my favorite being the dog, which I forgot his name, unfortunately. I might bring him back up next. I kind of forgot, but yeah, his whole world is just a beautiful, beautiful thing, and then he became a dog, because why the fuck not? And the authoritarianism, it's also just this. It also can be Sonny Boy can also be a commentary on socialism, not socialism, fascism. There we go, authoritarianism, stuff like that. And it's just like, hell yeah, like this show is everything, bro. Chapter 3: Escapism versus reality. The burden of choosing adulthood. I think why Sonny Boy's got such a grip on people like me is the powers and the burden of just choosing, which I know I used already in the title of the chapter, but like, listen, I'm only creative for some part, okay? And the fact that these kids now have to choose, and that's such a scary, scary thing, especially growing up. Choosing what's going to be right for the rest of your life, choosing what you're going to do, choosing what you're going to see. I mean, you don't have to apply for colleges, right? At least here in the United States, getting a job, scary. You know, and that type of stuff. And among the series' most significant philosophical tensions is the conflict between escapism versus reality. Many characters prefer to remain adrift, where I was thinking just represent. I think Sonny Boy just represents the fantasy of many kids escaping to another world, escaping to another place where you have freedom, control, and to do literally whatever you want. And Sonny Boy's canon that time doesn't really exist. Time is fixed. It doesn't really do anything. And in fact, time passes differently in both worlds, or just doesn't pass at all. And that, honestly, I think is what many kids want. We don't want to grow up. We don't want to go out into the world. We kind of want to just live here forever, having no responsibilities, having fun every day and stuff like that. But so I think Sonny Boy represents that well, between the kids who want to go back and the kids who don't. And if I was there, I'd probably be one of the kids who doesn't want to go back. Because why not? I know I do this. I know other people do this. But like when I'm watching a show, reading a book, watching a movie, whatever, I often compare myself to what's going on in the book. I often put myself in the situation of those characters. And I think that's kind of stupid, obviously, right? Why am I comparing myself to a fictional story? And so when I do that, I often look at the fictional world as better than my world, because, you know, I'm just a regular ass kid in this world, but in the other worlds, I could be, I don't know, a superhero or some shit. And it's often sad, for me at least, because I compare myself to the fictional worlds, and then in this world, I'm not doing that stuff, right? And from there, it's just like, wow, my life sucks. And I think that's why escapism has become such a big thing over recent years. It's because many people don't like the current worlds they live in. We feel trapped, boxed in by our regular world. We have to follow a certain type of path in life, and that's the only way to go about it. And many of us, that's family forced, socially forced, and it's just not fun. Where's the adventure at anymore? Where's this and that? Something I live by is I have the right to fail. If I want to do something, I have the right to do something. If I fail, I have the right to fail, because failing's okay. Failing's fine. If I failed a job, failed a new career, fail at this, because I could. I mean, that's fine. But at least I have the decision to try. At least I have the decision to do. And I think that's the one founding thing of humanity. Freedom is a word I think is often too overused, because freedom doesn't really mean anything. Because what is freedom to you might not be freedom to somebody else. You might want to have the freedom to, just not be a doctor if your family's trying to force you to be a doctor, but is it also freedom for somebody to want to go kill people if they're insane? No. But that's freedom to that person. And so I think freedom just doesn't represent what people really want anymore. Instead, I think it's just escaping from the reality that we currently live in. Because let's be honest, like, the world now kind of sucks. Nagana Mizuhu. Why did I say it like that? I sound so white. Ultimate decision to return to the real world, where they lose their powers and face ordinary life, represents a profound thematic statement. Growth requires relinquishing the illusion of absolute freedom. Reality lacks in simplicity. There we go. An infinite possibility of the drifting worlds, yet often offers meaning, connection, and authenticity. And I gotta be honest, the end is not really satisfactory. Everybody loses their memory, except for Nagata Mizu. I mean, Nagata, he becomes really good friends with Nozomi, and she just doesn't remember at all what happened. And that's kind of sad. And that's super sad. And I think the powerful thing in Sonny Boy is the fact that when you're growing up, you have to realize that you're going to lose some freedoms, which is scary. Because forever I want to be a kid who, only I can stop myself, blah, blah, which is still true, right? But there's also some things in life you also still have to do, right? I'm still chasing my dreams right now. Obviously, I'm doing this stuff, right? I'm doing this right now. I'm doing this on freaking Thanksgiving right now. But we also have to realize that we don't have absolute freedom anymore. We don't. And growing up, you can dream of whatever you want, but yet it's gonna be super hard. It does, and it sucks. It sucks because I wanna be anything I dream of. I wanna make edits. I wanna be an editor. I wanna own cars. I wanna be a race car driver. I wanna do all this stuff. Like, I do. But ultimately, we don't have the absolute freedom. I'm still gonna try to do all those things, no matter what. But it's not gonna be guaranteed to me. Nothing in this life is gonna be guaranteed to me. So I have to work at it. I have to do it if I actually want something to change. Or at least to have cool dad lore when I'm 50. Sonny Boy is about moving forward. Even though your future might be predetermined, you can't change it. The show embraces existential themes. Life is ambiguous, often unfair, and lacking pre-written purpose. But meaning is created through choice, responsibility. Principles central to existential. And Sonny Boy, I believe, is personally his magnum opus type. It's not only a beautiful work of art, but also just an amazing story too, that got someone like me, who is not the most artsy type guy in the world. I mean, obviously I have a football poster, a Max Crosby poster. I got a cars, a jet, and my iPad, because yes, I'm an iPad kid. I know. Boo me. Boo this man. As y'all can know, I'm kind of reading off the script right now, because if I couldn't, this video would be one hell of a mess. And then, yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry about that, but you can't go live in a fantasy all your life, right? You can't just live in the past, live in the future all your life. If you go in the past, it's just a ghost town. Only you exist. Go in the future, it's uncertain, it's unknown. You have to live in the current moment. You have to realize that the world you live in currently is the only good world for you to actually live in. It's the only good thing that it's the right decision. And it's scary, right? It's scary. But yet it's the right decision to do. And Mizuho and Nagata face a serious dilemma when they get back, because everybody but them have lost the memories of the drifting world. Everybody has. Only they remember. And that's kind of scary. All the memories they made, all the friends they made along the way. Because it's all about friendship. It's all lost. It's all gone. It's all gone. They spent who knows how many how many years, who knows how long they spent down there. And it's all gone like that. And that is, it's scary. And it's pretty beautiful at the same time. And this show is about moving forward, even when your life might be predetermined or you can't change it. This show embraces existential themes. Life is ambiguous, often unfair, and lacking pre-written purpose. But meaning is created through choice. The meaning of your life is created through choices you make, through the principles you want to live, through the responsibilities that you want to take. That is how you make a meaningful life, in the image that you want. And the return to reality thus symbolizes acceptance of this fact. The maturity and the courage to live without metaphysical guarantees, to live in the world that's not like the ones you dream of, but yet still do it, because that's the only way to move forward in life. That's the only way to move forward from trauma. That's the only way to move forward when you're scared, is you have to still go and live in the world that you currently live in. Chapter 4. Acceptance, loss, and the tragedy of growing up. Underneath its surreal visual, Sonny Boy is a deeply melancholy work. I mean, it's like basically no music except for the outro. And the characters must confront the loss of worlds, friendships, identities, and even entire possible futures. And the drifting dimensions represent what philosophers call the dizziness of freedom, the terror of infinite possibilities. All of these which must eventually be relinquished. One of the most resonant emotional threads is the need to let go. Nozomi's fate in particular becomes an allegory for the painful truth that not all relationships survive the transition into adulthood. I'm gonna cry. Memories fade, people change, and some connections remain only as a compass light that once guided us. Yet Sonny Boy argues that these losses do not negate the value of experiences that shaped us. Instead, they become part of the linear landscape that carry into the future. We make choices, one door opens, another closes, and we live onward. This simple statement captures the heart of the series. To grow up is to accept impermanence. And one thing I think that, one episode in particular I think that represents this super well is the episode where we first learned about the dog's backstory. I forgot his name. I'm going to be completely honest. I forgot his name. But his backstory in the world that he lived in, because he's lived here for what, 5,000 years? What the heck? And his acceptance of his friend's death and the randomness of her death. which is actually a pretty big thing. And also the 11th episode, where Nagata had to accept Nozomi's death. Nozomi was a great friend. They bonded over this, and yet he had to accept the death that happened. And that is, wow. Chapter 5. Burger King? No, I'm just kidding. That meme's so dead. Personal reflection. Why Sonny Boy matters. My own reaction to Sonny Boy is rooted in its emotional honesty. While its surrealism and storytelling appears alienating at first, the show reveals itself as one of the most accurate artistic representations of adolescence I have encountered. Its strange world reveals less like fantasies and more like the emotional memories, fragmented, inconsistent, but real. Undoubtedly real. In a culture that demands clear explanations, Sonny Boy insists that some experiences cannot be neatly summarized. Growing up is messy. Identity is unstable. The future is unknown. And yet the show offers a quiet hope. That meaning is not found by escaping the world, but returning to it with new eyes and a renewed heart and a new brain. Why am I crying at this? Oh my gosh. I'm literally... Wow. This show is just such an honest show about human nature as well. People are flawed. People change. People make mistakes. You lose people. And you all have to accept it. You can't just live in a fantasy where that doesn't exist. You have to accept the reality of that. And again, it's not about leaving the world. It's about staying here and changing it for the better. Yeah. The answer might be a cabin in the woods, but it's not a forever solution. Jeez. Conclusion. Though its surreal structure, symbolic powers, non-linear storytelling, and emotional rich character arcs, Sonny Boy transcends the boundaries of a genre to become a profound meditation on adolescence and existential growth. Its drifting worlds mirror the psychological landscapes of youth, while it emphasizes on choice, acceptance, and the forward movement captured the essence of growing up. In the end, Sonny Boy is not simply a story about being lost, but about the courage required to step into the unknown, to abandon the comfortable illusions of adolescence, and to embrace the imperfect but meaningful reality of adulthood. And I think that's why Sonny Boy, as an artsy show, attracted somebody like me. It attracted so many people like me. Because it represents, to such an honest degree, of what it's like to grow up, and what it's like to adulthood, to be an adult, and what it's like to still want to dream. This show hurt me, but it changed me. And I'm so glad I found it. I'm so glad that you watched all the way to the end. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I understand probably not all of you are going to watch this in the first place anyway, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm trying to change it up. I don't want to really keep filming and, having nothing in the background. I thought, might as well show my face and show the room I film and write all this in. And yeah, Sonny Boy is amazing anime. I don't think I did justice to this, honestly. This is taking me like 15 tries to make this video, but I still don't think I've given justice to just how beautiful the show is. I think honestly you should watch it, and you should watch it multiple times if you haven't already. Please just do it. It's on Sonny Boy. It's on Crunchyroll, and just go watch it. It will change your life. It will change how you think. It will. And I want to leave you with something that profoundly, I'm eating chills right now, profoundly changed me. Was what Nagata said at the end, right? When he kind of came out of his depression, right? he said that my life is now only beginning. And that hit me. My life is now only beginning. And your life is only beginning too. The beginning is not when you are born, it is when you decide to change. When you decide to do that thing you want to do. If it's as simple as getting in shape, or if it's as big as me as being, becoming a popular person. Not like in an ego sense, but just, sharing my ideas, sharing my work with the rest of the world. You have to, it's only going to begin when you start. And that's amazing. My life's now only beginning. I want to leave you with that. And hopefully you can also help you with, maybe this can also help you with whatever you're going through. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video, which is probably going to be about joy, balance, and pray. So, yay!